All right, today I am going to do meat with my Kangen strong acid water. So this is going to be my 2.5 and this is going to be my 11.5. So I'm going to test it out, see what happens. Just got this big roast. I normally don't eat meat, but you know, you do have the rest of the family to feed. So today we're going to test out and see what our water does. All right, so I've been letting this soak for just a few seconds now, so I will let it soak. We'll do 2 minutes, and then I'm going to move it over to my 11.5. So you can already see the water is clearly changing, pulling out all that junk. And look at the water, it's got so much other goo in there. So we'll see what happens in a minute. All right, so this has been sitting for about 2 minutes, and you can see all the stuff that is coming out of it. So now I'll go ahead and set it over into the 11.5, starting out with fresh water, and then I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so it's been about a minute. You can actually kind of see that the meat is changing colors, so it's going more to a natural color. So do our food producers add color to make us buy it, make it look juicier and better? I don't know. This is the water that it came from. We're still a little pinky and kind of a whitish color in the water on this, but up to you. You can do it once or twice and kind of put it back into some new fresh water and then put it back in the 11.5. It's truly up to you. I'm seeing that it's okay. I'm gonna try it. This is my first time. So I can see that the meat is separating, so it actually does open up the meat, which gives it a different texture, and hopefully that's easier to eat and actually, you know, find it easier to eat this. Meat doesn't necessarily digest in our bodies, so this is kind of for our flavor and texture that we want, so might as well make it healthy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this out and then put it in my pressure cooker, and I'm gonna put it with some carrots and potatoes. I'm gonna still end up using some of the water, fresh water, in my pressure cooker and then cook it with that, and it brings out all the spices and everything so much better. So I'll see you once we add it into the pressure cooker. All right, so I let this sit a few more minutes while I worked on the pressure cooker and getting it all set up. So you can kind of see it has changed some colors and still a little gooey in the water. Look at all that extra junk that it's pulling out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the pressure cooker and get it started. All right, so you can see what's left over in there. It's really not showing up as well as I'd like it to. It is kind of an orangey yellow reddish. So the true colors aren't coming through, but let's see, maybe if I lift it, you can kind of see now, so you'll see the different colors. And that is the extra that came out on the 11.5. I could have done it one more time, but this is my first time, so we'll test it and then see how this one tastes. All right, I have it in the pressure cooker and it is cooking. Cooking quite well. I don't even have any oil or anything in the bottom of this. It's cooking on its own. And then as soon as I get a little bit seared up on each side, then I will go ahead and add my 11.5 water back in there with some spices and let it do its thing. Alright, so now I've added a few of my spices on it, and I just added these. This is wild tree, absolutely amazing, no preservatives, no dyes, colors, or extra junk. And it smells amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it. I'm going to put some, well, I think I'm going to wait on carrots and potatoes later and let it cook. Alright, just wanted to show this one more time. So I let this cook a little longer on the other side, and it still has no oils, no nothing. It's cooking on its own. And I got a couple more sides, and then I'll add the water. Alright, I just wanted to show that the fat on the back end is actually just falling off on its own. Normally you have to cook it for hours just to get that to break down. So be interesting to see how this all goes. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add the 11.5. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that strong acidic water. It's just 11.5 in here. And then I will go ahead and dump it into the pressure cooker and we'll let it cook. I don't know how much water it's going to take, but you can definitely see this is a good amount. All right, just added the water, so now you can see the spices that I added in there kind of mixed in. I'm going to put the lid on it and let it cook. I think I'm going to reset it back to the meat function of 20 minutes and then come back to that and see where we're at. Don't forget to wash your veggies too, just because it says organics. Still, look at all the slime and goop that's on the bag. And I just wanted to show here, this is 2 weeks. 2 weeks fresh. I had bought the 6-pack of the lettuce and only tested one of these, which I never got time to redo the rest, and all other 4 molded within days and had to be thrown away. Think it works? All right, testing out the carrots right now, making sure they're clean. I'm gonna probably throw some water in the bag and get all the goo off the rest. So don't forget your veggies. Also, look at all the stuff that came off of the carrots that are organic. It's pretty nasty. I don't know about you, but there's some weird stuff in there. Start to wonder. Just remember, all of your food comes from a factory. People aren't watching this. It's running through a machine and doing its thing. So I'm glad that I have this machine to really help me clean my foods. Have my bananas doing their thing, switching them up, trying to see if the gnats will stay away. Just wanted to share that. Okay, round 1 was a little tough still for me. You can still see a lot of fluid coming out and all that. So this is still really tough. So I'm gonna go another round. I added a few more spices on top, still working in the water. So gonna let this go another 20 minutes. All right, I'm already to round 3. So second round was still a little tough. So now I'm gonna add my carrots and potatoes and onion and let it slow cook the rest of the day.